They're back. The civil rights battles of the past, we're having to wage them all over again. And people don't really want to think about that. It makes folks uncomfortable to think that they're back, but they are. And frankly, our party hasn't done a good enough job standing up to this stuff. That's why I'm fighting for voting rights. That's why I think it's so important. If we let minorities and students and the elderly have their vote taken away, then this country will go back in time, and that's what the Republicans want. I don't know about you, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. We're not going back. Every time I ran for office, it was because there was a change in the world that I wanted to see, and there happened to be an elected office between me and that change. When I ran for state representative out of Kansas City, it was because I wanted to undo Medicaid cuts in my state. When I ran for Secretary of State, it was because I wanted to stand up against voter suppression. When I ran for the U.S. Senate, it was to protect Obamacare. It was to look out for my fellow vets. It was to make college more affordable. But we need more folks who are running because they want to do something, not be something. We need more people who understand that political courage is not actually the same as real courage. And I'll tell you what, we need people who want to include folks in our democracy, not keep them out. And those are exactly the kind of people that Let America Vote is going to support here and across the country in 2018. But actually, we're going to start before 2018. We're going to start in 2017 because you have a great candidate for mayor right here in Manchester, and we want to help you get Joyce Gregg elected. Where's the hell now? Now, given the fact that I'm in a state with an all-female delegation, I want to close by telling you a story that I think is relevant to that. A story that stands out for me about my time in the Army, and it is, of all the missions that I took part in, it is the one I think of the most often when I think about how sacred our democracy is, when I think about standing up for the right to vote and having more than just political courage. I worked with the Afghan Army to escort a newly elected member of the Afghan Parliament from the capital back to her home. And the reason that she needed protection from folks like us was not because she had made some radical statement or was pushing some agenda that was hostile to one group or another. You can guess it was simply because she was a woman in the Afghan Parliament. And I have often imagined what it must have been like when she went to take a so-called important vote in the Afghan Parliament. And I really doubt, with everything that she was risking to be there in the first place, that she was worried about what some lobbyist said, worried about what a special interest wanted, sticking her finger in the air to poll it. I don't think she was doing any of that. I think she was just doing what she thought was right. We talk all the time in this country about political courage. But I have seen with my own eyes a politician who had to have real courage just to get up and go to work. And I remain inspired by her. Inspired by her, and I believe that we need more people in Washington, more people in our politics who are a little bit more like her. I believe that we need more people in Washington who, frankly, have been through something in their lives that is more difficult than a campaign for office, the one that got them there. That's for me.